Hi and welcome to the ThruNite channel. So today we're taking a look at this ThruNite TH30 V2. The V2 stands for version 2. Alright, this is a headlamp. You can see that we do have a very nice strap, which we'll talk about in just a moment here. But also notice that there's just these rubber straps that hold it in here. This can be taken off of the mount, so if you wanted to use this as just a 90-degree angled light, you could certainly do that and throw it in the pocket, so that's a nice option. These are currently selling for $79.95 full retail. However, I did find these on Amazon, currently on sale for $59.95. Depending on when you happen to see this video, you might get in on a smoking deal. So this light is running on a single 18650. You can see the bottom of the tail cap. All right, here's the battery. It's ThruNite branded battery, 3100 milliamp hour, 3.6 volts. All right, the 18650 is super popular. Very common. So it's nice when you happen to have a flashlight collection or a bunch of flashlights, you know, in a gearbox or something. When you have a repetition of the same battery, it's just convenient. So if you happen to have 5 different flashlights and they all take the same 18650, if this happens to die, you don't have to wait for it to be charged. Of course, you could, you know, purchase extra batteries if you wanted to and keep them charged, but it's just nice to be able to swap back and forth. So before we get into the modes and outputs and all that kind of stuff, I want to talk about this head strap. Ton of adjustment on this. It's very comfortable, soft elastic. I've used a ton of different headlamps. Some headlamp combinations that have removable flashlights have like Velcro, all right, so you can undo the Velcro. That's been very uncomfortable in the past for me, but this one's really nice, okay? You just have a hard rubber base and the strap goes through, but this is what's actually making contact mostly on your forehead, and it's a nice soft like cotton elastic type strap, okay? It's just really soft, and it's something that really stands out. And you know, trying a bunch of headlamps at once, I was doing some testing a couple of weeks back, and I probably had maybe a dozen or so different headlamps, and just this strap happened to stand out as being one of the more comfortable ones for sure. And of course, again, there's a ton of adjustments, right, depending on whether you have a very large head or a very soft head, and also how firm you want this on your head. I mean, both my wife and I both use headlamps all the time, and once in a blue moon I'll grab one of hers by mistake, and immediately when I go to put it on, I realize how tight it is, and I realize it's hers. But it's just nice that we can swap back and forth if necessary. All right, let's take a look real quick at the business end here. Very wide head on this flashlight. Okay, you can see the very heavy orange peel or stipple reflector. This is going to give you a ton of spill. All right, so you get a lot of wide range on your beam, so you're seeing an entire area. Very important, in my opinion, for a headlamp. A lot of times you're using a headlamp close up on things, or you could be using it on something like a hike. So you want to have as much spill as possible, in my personal opinion, whether you're doing a project in the garage, you know, 3 feet away from something, or if you're walking on a trail and you just want to see things in your peripheral vision. I just really like the reflector on this one. And the LED that this one utilizes is a Cree XHP 70.2. Now this headlamp has a ton of modes, okay? You can see it is offset here, okay? So when this is on the head, this would be on the center of your forehead, and the light's just a little bit off to the side. The button is on the side here or the top, depending on how you're holding it, of course. Very large button, which is very advantageous for a headlamp because clearly it's going to be on your head in the dark. When you reach up to turn it on, you don't want a tiny little button that's hidden. You can't miss it. It's right on the side. It's very large. You have a very audible click as well. When you turn this on, you can see there is a power indicator or battery indicator on the side. It is nice and blue, which means we have plenty of battery life left. All right, if that turns red, of course you want to charge your light. So this light has turbo, high, medium, medium-low, low, Firefly, and SOS. So ton of options. It's really nice for specifically a headlamp that's going to be hands-free to have all these different modes because like I said, just giving a couple examples, hiking on a trail is going to be very different. You're probably going to want all that light possible, again, so you can see as far as possible, as well as wide as possible, in case you stumble across any kind of animal, or in case there's like a stick on the trail you don't want to trip on, whatever the case may be. Now that's a completely different scenario as if maybe you're working on an engine in a vehicle, right, where you're very close to something. Having the full 3,320 lumens about a half a foot away from you on an engine block is going to be blinding. You're not going to be able to see what's going on. So having all the versatility in all these different modes is super important in my opinion on any headlamp platform. But to give you just some quick specs on this one, the turbo mode, again, 3,320 lumens, which is extremely bright. All right, the high mode is 1,256 lumens. The medium mode is 345 lumens. Medium low on this is 131 lumens. Low is 30 lumens, and Firefly is 0.3 lumens, not even a half a lumen, it's less than that, which gives you an outstanding runtime. And then SOS is 665 lumens. So a ton of options that can pretty much tackle any situation you're gonna need a headlamp for. Now to use this light, again, big old button on the side. You're just gonna hit it once to turn it on. Actually, before I even do that, if you do a long press, you can see that 0.3 lumen output on Firefly mode, okay? Turn it on, you're gonna push and hold down. It's gonna cycle through the different modes, low, medium, high. All right, you could double click to go right to turbo, which is actually quite warm, being just a couple inches away here. And also you see the camera has to adjust because it's just so darn bright. Now, if you ever find yourself in a situation where you need SOS mode, all you have to do is triple click. All right, and there is your SOS. So we have 3 slow flashes and then of course 3 quick flashes. That's the universal sign for help. So again, a ton of different features on here, a ton of different modes. Sometimes I like flashlights that are simple. They just turn on and shut off. Those are fantastic for gift giving. Sometimes, in this case, I really prefer a flashlight that has a bunch of modes so that I can really, dial it in to exactly what I need. Again, if I'm close to something, I don't want a ton of light. If I'm out in the open, I don't want just a little bit of light. I want as much light as possible. Pumping out over 3,320 lumens is extremely bright. So let's head outside and see exactly what that looks like. Right now, I'm outside in front of a large 2-car garage. All right, I'm about 25 feet away. This will give you an idea of this beam shot. Let's go ahead and turn it on. All right, so you can see we have a nice smooth transition across the entire front of this garage. All right, and go up and down. So you can see the spill there. And then left and right. So plenty of light out here. All right, so I'm turning this back on, double click, right? I'm going to click and hold. We're gonna go low, medium, high, and then there's the turbo. So I'm actually gonna let the camera focus on each mode real quick. The low, in person, this is very dimly lit, but the entire garage is in fact lit. Ramp up to the medium. All right, same deal, in person, the whole front slip, and now you can see it a little bit on screen there. And here's the high, and of course, the turbo. So lots of light and a pretty compact headlamp. Fantastic headlight option at a fantastic price, and as of the filming of this video, even cheaper than it normally would be. But even at the full $79.95, I think it's a fantastic option. Now, if you're not aware, 3Night does free giveaways all the time. If you're interested in entering, all you have to do is comment on these videos as well as subscribe to this channel. Thanks for watching.